Tonight on Kickoff Countdown, where are the Vikings at as they close out the preseason?
I try to create what I like to call splash plays.
He played for the Vikings and the Gophers and was honored by the President of the United States.
Never in my life did I think I would be recognized by a president.
The name of the game is in part mental health. Is there more pressure now in Big Ten football?
The hardest part is when you hear the word therapy or people talk about it, it has a negative connotation.
And what the newest members of the Vikings have heard about the state fair.
Turkey leg is pretty good, and they told me it was amazing.
Next on Kickoff Countdown. Welcome to the show. The Vikings' final preseason game is one final audition for some. The Vikings are assessing those that could get playing time as backups. The other piece to going to Tennessee is that it is a road trip, and that requires a refresher course.
This week's going to be critical for a lot of guys, and also a critical week. First time we'll get a chance to go on the road this preseason, so always a good operation to go through that as a team and what it's like at the hotel and meetings.
More on it tomorrow night, live from the State Fair. Matt Burke will join me at 6 p.m. for a special pregame show. Come join us at the State Fair. The Green Bay Packers finished with the Seattle Seahawks on Saturday. They're coming off a win over Indianapolis. They have had a fair amount of injuries on offense this camp, and that means more opportunities for backups.
A lot of guys are getting more reps than maybe they would usually get if you had everybody available. So I think the more reps you get, the better you get, the more you get to showcase what you can do and get ingrained into the offense.
Packers and Seahawks on Saturday at Lambeau Field. No Sam Darnold. No, he will not play. Ben Williams played for the Vikings and the Gophers, survived a life-threatening scare, and came back strong as a leader. So much so that President Biden's office called him and said he will be honored. He was last week in Washington, D.C. Ben Williams' post-football career is keeping him busy. A one-time bodybuilder, he is also a survivor. He needed and received a kidney transplant in 2019. It helped redefine him.
Some of those things probably gave me a different perspective on giving back to communities and the places that have helped shape my life.
And since then, he did enough that he was recognized for a national award, one from then President Biden, that culminated with a Washington, D.C. reception last week.
The President's Lifetime Achievement Award. What it entails is what you've done on the field and after retirement, when you're done with playing, all the things you've done to contribute to your community, charitable, philanthropic.
He has become an active NFL alum ever since he realized from people like the late, great Jim Marshall that former players were suffering.
You know, as Minnesota Vikings, we were a very, very tight-knit unit, and we have now players who have committed suicide, guys who are living homeless on the street.
And he's taking action, serving as the head of the Minnesota Vikings local chapter of alumni. Turns out what you think you see is not always what it is as players leave the game.
You would be surprised. How many players go, 15, 20 years outside of the game. You probably know them all, that you might think their life is okay, but they still have not made that full transition from playing to how can I navigate post-football life.
The kid who came from Mississippi and played for the Gophers and the Vikings decided to stay and make a difference.
Had never heard of Minneapolis, had never seen anything below 45 degrees in my life, and I look back right now at all the things that have happened through my life, college football, pro football, transplant, more education, all these things, and to think about where I'm now, I'm pretty glad I made that decision back in May of 1998 to come to Minnesota.
Yeah, it worked out well for both. The Vikings camp may be over, but the lessons learned by some fans and reporters will last forever. Marielle Mose has that story.
So I'm hoping to master the perfect quarterback throw. Can you guys show me how?
Brothers Tristan and Tyler Numa play football for Irondale Middle School. The two brought the knowledge needed to find my inner JJ McCarthy.
What I do is I put my two fingers here.
And showed me how it's done.
Yeah!
These brothers come out to Vikings training camp every year and have some pretty special memories.
2 years ago, I met Justin Jefferson and I got his signature.
They like what they see on the practice field and have very high hopes for the season ahead.
I think they could possibly win the Super Bowl this year. They have a really good team and good defense and good offense.
I got them going 17-0.
Using my Tyler and Tristan tips.
You gotta trust those predictions when they can teach a rookie like me to throw in a matter of minutes.
Thanks, guys, for the coaching.
Let's keep the arm warm with a Midwest pastime.
Okay, is it pretty hard?
Kind of.
Okay, you guys are gonna have to help me. Let's go do it together, all right?
Sisters Tessa and Aria A-Strike from Maple Grove matched up with me to play some bags.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dang, okay, we're tied. It's a close game.
We have to get it in the hole or we lose.
Yep, you got this. Yeah! Way to go, Tessa!
A big win for the kids, but an even bigger win for Mom.
So proud. We play every weekend, so all our practice has been validated by this.
In Eagan, Marielle Mose, WCCO Sports.
The Gopher football team took an annual break today. They were at the state fair. For many Minnesotans, a regular stop. For newcomers to the state, it's quite an experience. But so too, they hope, will be the upcoming season.
Very confident. I'm always confident. I always want the ball. I'm ready to play. It kind of gets tired playing against your team for a month straight. So I feel like we're all ready to go play, all ready to get after another team. So we're excited.
The opener with Buffalo in just 1 week, a winnable game at home for the traditional Thursday night before Labor Day weekend. Taking the edge off is part of sports for the Gophers and all Big Ten football programs. It now means dealing with potentially big money deals. It can all fall under the umbrella of mental health, and that is a priority. Kellis Redmond starred for the Gophers and had some time in the NFL before mental health was prioritized.
You start and like now you end up having mental issues. It's like you get dropped down from the process of the playing in the game. So I'm glad that they going extra stints for this mental health.
It is now part of Gopher football, a big part.
These young people are growing up faster than ever. It used to be, Mike, you covered professional sports for a very long time. It was the professionals. They're grown men, right, and grown women. And you're talking about 23, 24-year-olds. We're now taking that money and taking different things in college football and doing it way younger, 17, 18 years old. They're almost doing life in reverse.
And there is a hockey player making a difference for all. Paul Martin was a Gopher and NHL player who started Shine a Light, a program for athletes and others to help deal with mental health.
I think the pressure and expectations on kids today are so much more higher than they were when we played, and you have the social media factor, everyone has an advisor.
And now you enter money, sometimes big money. And with that comes big expectations and a new dimension to mental health.
And I think now the pressures can be even higher because it's public on how much these guys are making, right? And from that standpoint, you look at it as like, well, you should perform. Much like in the NFL, if you're going to pay you X amount of dollars, we should get this amount of production. And so for young kids, like that is a weight and a pressure. And I think when you turn that and realize that pressure is a privilege, that's where I think the elite players thrive.
To deal with that, you need tools to help keep a healthy state of mind, tailored, they hope, to the specific athlete.
I feel like finding people that have been doing it a little bit longer that maybe use things like meditation or breath work. They obviously have the exercise piece built in, but there's so many more outlets like music or journaling or things that they focus on to maybe help them. And like you had said, realize like hockey's something that we do. It's not necessarily who we are.
The truth is, sitting with someone and talking is not just for the players. It includes sometimes the head coach.
I'm a huge advocate for it, whether it was back at Western Michigan, whether it was here, whether it was when I was a player. I share with our players, you need somebody to talk to, go talk to somebody. I see somebody every Thursday to talk to them about certain things. And I love that. And not just the mental health, but just talk to somebody else to get something off your chest.
Which is part of what nights like this are for, to raise money and awareness that it's okay to have help.
The hardest part is when you hear the word therapy or people talk about it, it has a negative connotation like you need help or something's wrong with you. And like I have so many people that I know that are athletes, coaches, etc., that do it because it's a way to improve your quality of life.
In the world of NIL and new contracts, you try to prioritize mental health as a possible difference maker for your program.
Even in this NIL world and this pay-for-play world, we might not have the highest budget everybody has, but we can retain players because they value the experience, the life experience they're going to have. And mental health is a huge piece of that.
For sure. The St. Thomas football team is entering a new era. 4 years after their transition from Division III to Division I began, they are now postseason eligible for the first time. Ren Clayton has more.
For 4 years, St. Thomas football players had to answer questions. What are you playing for? How does it feel? Why do it? Not anymore.
You're playing for something more than just the end of the season, our senior day. Obviously, we love to honor those guys who played before us, but now we're playing for something more than that. There's just a different level of angst and juice in our locker room right now, and we're excited.
That energy came sooner than expected. This January, the NCAA reduced the required number of transitional years. So now this team that won a frustrating conference championship 3 years ago can dream like everybody else.
We know what's down the road. We know what we can achieve, and if you look back on the 22 season, when we were able to accomplish the conference championship, we know what it felt like to not go and allow the next team to go. So we're just looking forward to, make that next step and do something big for this university.
St. Thomas is in the FCS. Besides the Gophers, they're the only other D1 football team in Minnesota. They still have a low profile nationally, but it's grown a lot. Jason Lalaberty, a senior from Maple Grove, has seen the evolution.
It's been really cool to see us gradually progress in everyone's minds and see how we grow throughout the years. In the 5 years I've been here.
The Tommies are coming off their worst record regardless of level in 17 years. Still, they're not sneaking up on anybody.
They have the best record in the Pioneer League in the first 4 years we've been in the Pioneer League, and it's by several games. There's a lot of teams that play really, really well when they either come here to play us or we go there to play them.
Ren Clayton, WCCO Sports.
Well, you only had to watch an inning and a half to figure out today's Twins story. The Athletics scored 6 runs in the top of the second. Lawrence Butler cleared the bases with a double. Athletics sweep the Twins. Oh, it's been ugly. 8-3 the final tonight. The Lynx lost again. Some fundamental issues like losing Alicia Gray on the inbounds in the final minutes and allowing an offensive rebound turned into a three-pointer later by Ryan Howard. That was the difference. Lynx have lost 2 straight on the road, 75-73 tonight in Atlanta. Tomorrow night, the Vikings play here on Channel 4 against Tennessee. We will get you started. Live pregame show from the State Fair at 6 o'clock. We'll sit down with new Viking Javon Hargrave. Now, he keeps hearing from veteran teammates about this thing they call the State Fair. And he's curious, especially about the food.
I heard it's one of the biggest. I was just talking about it this week with somebody. Yeah,
what'd they say?
I don't know. I just had to ask, was the funnel case and the turkey legs pretty good, and they told me it was amazing. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
So yeah, and you, I mean, that's your game, right?
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about calorie intake, right?
Nah, I don't. I do, but I can eat a little more than usual.
That's your Kickoff Countdown for the week. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow, rate, and share. Join us every Friday wherever you get your podcast to discover what's at stake on game day, from the Vikings to the Gophers and beyond. And make sure to watch the live Kickoff Countdown Thursday nights at 10:15 on WCCO.